All right. All right. Hello, Brandon. There you go. I just got your text. Am I coming through? I should be. Let's see. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? I just want to make sure my mic's working. Just want to make sure my mic's working. Yeah, it's working. Groovy. Yeah, I saw that text you sent me about the street preacher and animal rights activists. Man, I don't have the patience for animal rights activists because, you know, I think I told you I have oral allergy syndrome where I can't eat fruits and vegetables because my body thinks it's bee pollen. And you know, I'm Buddhist, so I think I've told you that a bunch of times. So I've been on Buddhist Buddhist forums on the internet and stuff.
Oh, good.
And
Crazy with.
there's always the debate about eating meat with Buddhists, and because the way it's looked at in Buddhism is, you know, there's one of the precepts is don't harm any living being, and but they don't take into account that if that certain parts of the world, like in Mongolia, which is a highly Buddhist country, is that they mostly have to eat lamb there, because that's like the main diet in certain parts of it, because they have no choice. And a lot of Buddhists eat meat, and it's not, you know, it's not about, and the way they look at it is, if you're going to eat meat,
Fellow hunters do this?
it's better to eat like one cow as opposed to 20 shrimp, because that way you're taking one life as opposed to 20 lives. And that's kind of the Buddhist philosophy as far as eating meat.
Sacrifice the few to save
I don't worry so much about it because, you know,
yeah.
I just have to eat meat. I can't, you know, if I eat other stuff, I get sick. So, and I can't eat fruits and vegetables just because of my allergies. So, I mean, it's an interesting topic. But my point is that when you go on these forums, you always get those hippy dippy Buddhists, you know, the New Age types, which there's nothing New Age about Buddhism. It's older than Christianity, but not older than as far as I know, it's not older than Judaism. But you know, people they start getting their heads that, you know, that, you know, you're a bad Buddhist if you eat meat, but there's nothing wrong with eating meat. It's not even against, you know, the philosophy of Buddhism, really. I mean, people, it's like, yeah, it says don't try not to do it, but Buddhism isn't about rules. It's not about rules that you have to follow. The way Buddhism works, as opposed to like other belief systems, is it's not about right and wrong. It's about action and consequence. So if you end up, if you end up killing somebody, the action is you killed somebody and you caused someone pain.
Very funny, man.
And because of that, because you've caused someone pain, that causes suffering, and you've done you've hurt somebody. Same thing goes for like if you treat people like if you lie to people, and you end up and then no one likes you after that, it's because you've caused the suffering and you've hurt yourself basically. And and that's the whole right action and consequence, and you end up causing more trouble to yourself by being, a shithead. And then if you're a good person, yeah, bad things are still going to happen to you, because they happen to all of us. Oh, excuse me. Bad things happen to all of us because that's just, life, right? But the whole thing is how do we react to it? Are we going to react to it by, being... Please don't do that. But thank you. Oh. I'm always having this conversation with my kids about my daughter. Will say bless you, and I'm like, don't say that. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but thank you. That's nice of you. But yeah, the whole it's just like, with Buddhism, a lot of it has to do with how you react to bad things or good things that happen to you. Obviously, when something good happens to you, it's real easy to just, keep going. But, when something bad happens to you, your house burns down or something, that's...
Give us our rations.
It's all different thing. All right, yeah, I'll shut up till you get back.
Why wouldn't they give them their food?
Sometimes they ran out. Most times they just held on to it.
That never happened in Boston.
Trust me, it happened all the time.
Oh, man. I've been one of those days.
I hear hunters.
Yeah, me too. Just keep it down while we're going through this area.
He's got a gun.
I've never seen anyone send this fucking animal. It took a couple minutes to sniff everyone else.
Hey, sometimes you gotta earn the keep, right?
Okay. But yeah, like what that article or that interview I sent you, they were talking about it was Reza Aslan and Cenk Uygur on the Young Turks. Okay. So yeah, they were talking about Reza Aslan. I guess he writes about religious topics, and yeah, he was talking about the whole, the history of religion and how, even like primitive humans like Neanderthal, they found evidence that they believed in something, and it's just kind of in our in our being that we tend to want to think of something bigger than ourselves. And then he was talking about how if you take like just like the most popular religions that we know of, like Christianity and Islam, is that people don't follow. People tend to not follow everything in them. I mean, and if they did, some of that stuff they want you to do is pretty horrible stuff. I mean, when you think about it, how if you look at the Bible, I mean, I don't know much about about Islam as far as all the little rules. It's just never, I haven't studied it enough. It's just like, but if you look at like Christianity, if you look at certain parts, you know, they talk about like right after the Ten Commandments, they talk about the rules of slavery. And in a modern society, slavery is just not, it's not something we accept anymore. And then you look at like parts of, you know, like if your child's unruly, you're supposed to stone them to death. Your wife is supposed to praise you on the outskirts of town. Your wife's supposed to always cover her head when she prays. Women aren't supposed to work. And, you know, we as a society, we don't do these things anymore. But the thing is with just like Christianity, people tend to want to believe in the spirit of the teachings of Jesus, as opposed, you know, as like, you know, and a lot of it has to do with like that, just that regular morality, which everybody has. Nobody wants to get killed and nobody wants their stuff stolen. I mean, that's pretty basic human need right there, and it's just it's one of those things. But you know, everybody has their, I personally believe everybody has their own way of grabbing on to those beliefs in their own interpretation. So you know, you have little differences with people as far as you know, why they do the things. Like, you know, I follow Buddhism more because when I was younger I had a real bad temper, and it helped me control it, and it helps me control my negative emotions, and I've never been really attached to possessions like some people are. And my parents were always really attached to possessions, but they never understood why I didn't care when they threatened to take something away, you know, when I got a little bit older. When I was a little kid, you know. But when I got a little, I didn't like it. But when I got older, they're like, oh, we're not gonna, you know, if you keep it up, you're not getting anything for Christmas. And I'm like, okay. I didn't care. It was just, and they never understood it, and it was hard for them to use that as a threat as I got older. And then they'd say, you know, we got to keep our things nice. And I was like, why do we even care about possessions? And of course, yeah, then they get mad at me because I'd say that. Because I don't care about, I never really cared that much about possessions. But, you know, it's just, you know, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own way of looking at things. And people that are religious tend to, or follow one religion, they tend to, I can't remember the controls. I'm terrible at this. Take that, you big shit. Yeah, I better stop. I better pay attention better. Oh, I believe it. I know that the Quran says some real crazy stuff about about killing people, the jihads and stuff. I don't know everything about it, obviously. But yeah, I know they have some stuff that's like, you're just like, wow. And it doesn't seem like it's something that like modern people would ever, you know, subscribe to, but some do, and it's crazy. And you know, I have my own problems with religion, and you know, there's you know, and it's funny because like you go through life and you meet different types of, especially in the United States. I mean, we have so many Christians to choose from that we meet, and we meet some that are complete. You know, you look at them and you're like, man, you're completely nuts. And, you know, how are you even, you know, standing upright? You sound like a caveman. And then you talk to others and they're like the most enlightened, friendly people. And and I think that does go back to the parts of the Bible a person chooses to believe, and I think part of it has to do with how the person is raised, and how the you know, and what kind of upbringing they had, what kind of neighborhood they grew in, you know, the communities. Because if you're gonna, you know, like, look at you, you're Christian, and you grew up in more of you grew up in New York, which is more of a modern liberal society, and then you look at like people that grow up in like the South, and you know, they have a whole different experience than like guys like you and me who grew up in, you know, the West and the East Coast. I mean, you and I are both from states that are probably the most liberal states in the country right now. And I even live in right now I live in a fairly moderate, well, mostly it's more of a conservative community, and they really aren't that bad, to be honest. You know, we can talk about things. Cran is the what? It cuts you off. I think you only have so many, so much you can type. Yeah, I've known a few Muslims, and I knew this guy from Egypt. He turned out to be a shithead, but he wasn't, you know, like, I'm actually still really good friends with his wife, who's not Muslim, and but he oh, let's see, that the real Quran is not the actual real Arabic. Interesting. I didn't know that. See.
Check over there.
But yeah, I knew this one Muslim guy. I was friends with him for years, and he just turned out to be a shithead. And it's not because he was Muslim; it's just because he was a shithead. And you know, sometimes people are just shitheads. And the problem is that we tend to blame a religion or something because somebody's a shithead. And you know, I'm guilty of it too. I've done it myself, and I shouldn't. But you know, and then sometimes I'm not like that. I think it all just depends, and it's all because of the experience. You know, we all have these different experiences. And right in the throat. So, nothing wrong, and listen to it. Are you saying that the man is, when he talks about that, he's allowed to strike the wife? I think that's what you're saying. Kind of got messed up. Yeah, that's the thing about religions is, you know, you start that's the thing with religions is, you know, some people don't know how to, because a lot of it's for interpretation and a lot of it is not. But I mean, I always say that, you know, I've always been like one of those people that I think that if you can't look at it as a like tried to correct her and still is disobedient along those lines. Yeah, well, Christianity, it's allowed too. You know, it's just not something modern Christians do anymore. But they are allowed to, they're allowed to smack their wives around. Their wives are second-class citizens. That's Christianity, and too. It's not exempt from those rules of marriage. The wife is the one, she's the one to be told what to do. She is not in charge. And you have to remember that. That is what the belief is. Now that may not be the model, but the Bible does say, yeah, it's perfectly fine to smack your wife around if she gets out of line. So it's perfectly fine to smack your slaves around if they get out of line. And, you know, but like I said, those things aren't practiced like they used to be. And that doesn't, and the Bible says nothing about it not being okay. A lot of people say, well, you know, Jesus came in and changed all that, but he didn't. He said that he came to fulfill the old law, not to get rid of it. But you know, but it's good that people don't. I mean, it's one of those things where it's so barbaric.
Close.
The edge of the universe and back. Endure and survive.
Excuse me.
Sounds so late.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The old law still exists. It was never taken away. Jesus was very clear that he did not come to get rid of it. It's still active, according to the Bible. According to his own words, he even says, "I came to fulfill the old law, not to get rid of it." And you know, that's the thing, because I've heard that argument that, you know, that doesn't count anymore because Jesus got rid of it. And it's like, no, he didn't. He was pretty clear that yeah, he came to get rid of it. And I've talked to fundamentalist preachers, which are the hardest to talk to, and they said, yeah, Jesus didn't get rid of that. There's nothing in the Bible that says it's modern times and you don't have to follow that stuff anymore. And this is what preachers have told me. And even if you look in the New Testament, men are still in charge. Women are the subservient, still to be told what to do. Slaves are still allowed to be beaten. Jesus did say, yeah, don't beat them as bad if they make a mistake. But he didn't say slavery was wrong. And it's funny, and then you go to like issues like abortion and what the Bible says on that. If a woman cheats on her husband, they're supposed to give him bitter water, and it's supposed to, if it causes an abortion, a miscarriage, then the woman did cheat. But if the woman doesn't, you know, if that doesn't happen, then the woman didn't cheat, and it's the man's baby. I mean, that's just it condones it, and yeah, it's kind of it's written in a primitive way. But it's not. It is basically in essence. That's what they're saying, is that, yeah, this is okay, and it's just, but you know, who the hell's gonna take bitter water in this day and age? I wouldn't even know what's in it, but and it's just, yeah, but that was the whole point of the interview, is that people don't follow all the little things anymore because of the fact that a lot of it is primitive and barbaric, and they're trying to get the spirit of what Jesus was teaching as opposed to the literal meaning of the things that you're supposed to do. But you know, with me, I'm just like and I just think that I don't know, for me personally, if I can't believe in everything, or at least, you know, a good 99% of it, then I I can't follow something, but that's, you know, that's me. Because if you look at Buddhism, Buddhism's pretty clear that if you have a problem with something, you probably shouldn't follow it. And Buddha said to question everything and everyone, and he was very specific about, even if your teachers seem like they are wise, he said still question them because they could be wrong. And I always like that. And I think the thing with a lot of religions is they don't. You're not allowed to question. You're just supposed to just follow the rules and shut up about it. And Buddhism is the one thing that encourages questioning, encourages not doing everything. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to live with yourself, is the way it looks at it. And if you find something that doesn't bother you, and it's not hurting other people, then it's okay with it, usually.
Let's see where this leads us.
There's my sermon for today. But yeah, I always like looking at religion because it's one of those things that it's always changing, but yet it always stays the same.
Down.
Get out of here.
There's more of them.
Yeah, and you look at, like, you know, you look at like a religion like Christianity, and you'll see like people like yourself who aren't running around screaming a lot of the stuff that you'd hear from like people in the South. It's just, and you guys believe in the same book, the same set of beliefs, but what you may take out of it is different than what they're taking from it. And I think a lot of it has to do, like I said, with how you're raised, so you can find the bad stuff, what some people would consider bad stuff in the Bible, and it ends up being, you know, what you already believe. So you're like, oh yeah, this is perfect for me because I already believe all this. You know, and it could be any religion, not just the Bible. You can take the bad stuff out of it. I mean, because like I said, if you do everything in any religion, it's gonna be pretty crazy. Because, you know, even Buddhism has some stuff in it that I think is weird. There's like this stuff that's like 5,000 years in the future, and people are gonna be a certain, this crazy stuff, and it's more from, I believe, oh god, there's this part of Buddhism that's more of a religious part of Buddhism, because most Buddhism isn't a religious, like with a god or anything, but there is, Tibetan Buddhism is more of like a religion part of Buddhism, because most Buddhism is more of a way of life, a way of controlling your negative emotions, things like that. But then you look at like Tibetan Buddhism, and they look at like, there's like this story about 5,000 years from now, and Buddha ends up coming back.
To the hotel.
Oh man.
Okay. Oh, easy.
Don't worry, I ain't gonna drop you.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of that's, but you got to remember that those people that give Christians a bad name, those people are, it's not that they aren't following the Bible. They are following the Bible. They are still following the rules. They're just following them from an old world perspective. The old rules, you know, the stuff that modern society has kind of thrown out. And they would look at someone like you and think you're the one that's confused. You're the one that's messing things up. And it's real crazy when you, I mean, it's a real tough debate when you get with those people, because they aren't using and show that they are using the Yeah, every time I stop talking, I'm
Place
reading what you
stinks.
wrote. That's
Yeah,
why.
words
That's,
all
what
rotten.
it, that's why if it seems
Did you
weird.
go to coffee shops a lot?
I did.
Like I was saying,
And what
they're
would you get?
just interpreting it from an old world perspective, which you may not agree with, but you got to remember they're still following the rules. They're not just going and making stuff up, is what I'm saying. And that's what you got to remember. I mean, yeah, you and I look at them and we're like, what a couple of cave people, you know? But they really are following the rules of the Bible. They're just following the rules that no sane person follows anymore. It's just one of those things, I guess. But right. Yeah, religion as a whole is it can do good. It can do a lot of bad too. It's a mixed bag for sure. Like it's just like I said before, it depends on the person, and everybody's got their own, you know, set of beliefs.
There you go.
Like I said, I do think that a lot of people, they don't necessarily interpret it wrong, but they interpret it on what they already kind of believe. I mean, you look at like the KKK. They call themselves a Christian organization, and they've found parts of the Bible that fit their narrative, and you know, and it's weird because, you know, regular people don't look at that and say, well, you know, that's not what a regular person believes, but it's one of those things, and you can't do much about crazy people. Crazy people are just going to do what they do. The rest of us just have to kind of deal with them because they're part of our society. Oh, man. I'm getting all philosophical like today. Yeah, see, that's the thing, but they believe, you know, if you end up being right, yeah, they're gonna be, they're not gonna be there. But you gotta remember, they're thinking the same thing about you, and they are following. They are still following the rules. That's the funny thing. They are following the rules, and you're ignoring some of the rules, but you're also following other rules, and they're doing the same. I don't know. Because the argument of that was then and this is now, there's no part in the Bible that says you can do that was then and this is now as society goes on. And I've heard people bring up like Romans 13 where they talk about
It's clear,
going
Ellie.
to war,
Come on down.
which is different.
Fancy.
So, but yeah, I'll shut up about it. I could go on for hours. That's what happens when you spend, you know, almost 40 years of your life studying religion. You tend to have a whole lot of opinions on it. Oh, getting a headache. Oh, my wife's not gonna be home for like another hour. She's bringing oh. Yeah, my wife is bringing a Super Burger home, which is a local mom and pop hamburger place that's pretty good here in town. So, I'm looking forward to it. Rules and channels. What does that mean? What am I missing? By the rules and channels. Yeah, I always hated that. Yeah, I've always hated that rule. Don't talk religion and politics. Everything in our lives has to do with religion and politics. The two are connected, and yet the two can also be separate. I mean, just the whole state of being a human being is all about religion and politics. And you know, a religion can be completely wrong, and it doesn't matter, because if somebody believes it, it's not going to mean anything. It doesn't matter because it's real for somebody. Like, I don't believe that the Bible is real, but you do, so it's real for you. So, and it is part, and you know, the decisions you make in your life, which is everything in politics, has to do with, you know, it influences it in one way or another. But yeah, I think when people say that, I think it's just a cop out, so people can just, you know, because they're so worried about somebody arguing, which I don't care if people argue. I think argument's good, and I think it's healthy for us, as long as we can control ourselves from name calling. I mean, you and I have discussions about it sometimes, and neither one of us have, you know, gone crazy. We're having a discussion right now, and it's perfectly civil. Whew. But on a different topic, what did you do today? I finished Assassin's Creed 4 again. I've been playing through it in the daytime. And then I was going to stream the last 2 nights, but I ended up... last Monday I wasn't feeling good. I was having a bad day. I just wasn't feeling well. And then last night I had to go to the post office. Not the post office. I had to go to the UPS store because the post office is being lame in my town. And then I was watching that election in Alabama last night. I was keeping an eye on the results, which turned out, you know, not like I had expected, which is a good thing, because I had a feeling Alabama was gonna elect the guy that I think is crazy. Oh, they got fired? They got let go as in fired or laid off? And yeah, I'm going to see Star Wars. I'm thinking about... I was talking to my wife about it, and she wants to save money, but she knows I want to go see it. So she's like, yeah, just go by yourself and go see it, and we'll just wait, because it's not a big deal if they see it. But I'm kind of worried that my 13-year-old and my daughter's 16-year-old are going to get mad at me if I go see it without them. But I'm gonna have, if I do, I'll have to just shut my mouth and not tell them. So I wanted to leave that there. I know, fired, huh? What did they do to get fired?
Okay, we need to lighten the mood.
Watch your step.
My kids don't ask a lot of questions in movies. They never really did. They always knew to sit there and be quiet. Except when they're like, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, no, can't you hold it? It's a good part.
I got on the floor to check, man.
Check for what? I ain't seen a clicker in weeks.
That's because we're thorough. We're gonna keep being thorough. Let's wrap this up, right?
Alright, whatever.
Yeah, if you do a bunch of call-outs, you gotta have a good reason. Yeah, if you call out, you gotta, you know, something has to actually be happening, or you gotta, you know, and the thing is, if you have appointments and stuff, you need to, like, let them know so they can give you the time off so they can schedule someone to cover your shift. A lot of people don't, do that. Wow, is that the 8-Bit Eric? Like the 8-Bit Eric from the actual 8-Bit Eric? Son of a bitch. I'm doing pretty, I'm still alive, how are you? Wow. Wow. And you're on here. That's real weird. I haven't talked to you in so long. This game is a lot of fun. You never heard of 8-Bit Eric? He's pretty well-known YouTuber in retro gaming circles. You're messing with me, Brandon. I hope so, because yeah, 8-Bit Eric's pretty well-known. He's also a great independent wrestler that everybody's heard of too.
What the hell?
Why, thank you, Eric. That's very groovy of you. You never have enough positive vibes, sir. And the same goes to you and the. I assume you're still talking to the other guys. God, my brain's farting. I haven't been watching retro shows in a while. The Game Chasers, Billy and the other guy, Jay. God, my brain is farting. I'm getting old, man. I'm falling apart.
Son of a bitch!
Forget everything.
I got you!
Oh shit. Yeah. Die! Yeah. There you. Thanks, Eric. You too, man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that good stuff. You too. Thanks for stopping by. It's groovy to see you. I stream, you know, every so often, so if you want to come by, if you got time any day, come by. We just sit around and talk about nothing. You know, that's what streams are for, right? So. Woohoo! Yeah, you don't know who 8-Bit Eric is? Are you serious? I just want to make sure you're not just joking with me. Oh wow. Well, 8-Bit Eric, he's a he's a YouTuber. He's got a lot more. He's a lot bigger on YouTube than I am. Have you ever heard of the Game Chasers? He's friends with them and like Alpha. I think he's friends with Alpha Omega Sin. Like all 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 the big retro YouTubers. He's one of those guys. He's friends with them. He's like real good friends with the Game Chasers. At least he was at one point. I haven't been watching lately, but yeah, he's well known in those circles on YouTube. I don't know how many subscribers he has. Oh, why, thank you. I don't get those on here, so I didn't see it, but thanks. That's pretty awesome. I'll take anything I can get. I got these doctor's appointments coming up. So I'm trying to save everything I can. I just sold $140, a couple games for $140 that I have, so. But thank you. That's pretty cool. You are the very first donation I've ever gotten in my entire life. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He also did independent wrestling, which I forget his name. I'll look it up for you later, but and I'll send it to you. But yeah, he's pretty cool to watch. He was like a bad guy and everything. It was pretty neat. He was a heel. Well, thank you. Merry Christmas. That'll get me a chili dog in from Wiener Schnitzel when I go in January to my doctor's appointment. Yeah, he's not as big as, I mean, none of these guys are as big as AVGN, but they do better work than AVGN. Some of them do, like the Game Chasers. The Game Chasers do it and they make it look like a reality show. It looks really good, the way they do the setup, like it's actually a professionally done reality show. Yeah, look up 8-Bit Eric. It's typed just like that, you know, like he put it in, 8-Bit Eric. And he should have quite a few subscribers. I haven't checked how many he has in a while. But I figure he at least has 50,000 or so, at least, maybe more, 100. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Let me see real quick. Now I'm curious. Let me see. He's got 43,000 subs. So yeah, he's big enough. My other friend, he only has 10,000 in comparison, so you know, I don't hobnob with all the YouTube stars. I know some of them. I've talked to some of them. I used to be friends with Gamester81, but just kind of. All right. Ooh. All right, I'll just be here playing. Damn allergies. Oh man.
He's behind you! Here we go! Turn around! I don't think so!
Shower? What is this, 2017 with all their modern showering? Cleanliness? Get out of my way, Ellie.
Creepy.
Or you're next.
Guess they took the easy way out, huh?
Well, it ain't easy. For many, it was better
Golly
than letting
gee,
a
dang
clicker or hunter do it for him. Trust me, it ain't easy.
Alright. Let's go see if I can not get killed again. I just got killed. I blame the president. Ah! Is that convention this weekend that you were talking about? I forget what it's called. I don't think it was. Forget the name of it. The one they were gonna have it, and everybody's all excited because FromSoft might be announcing something. Should be awesome.
Let's do this.
Anything from FromSoft is good for me, even if it's something I don't necessarily like. But
Fire in the hole! Holy shit!
holy crap! Where is he?
What you got?
Ah, crap! Die! Evergrace 3 would be awesome. Evergrace, I've got Evergrace 1. It's a, I haven't finished it, and then, yeah, the second Evergrace was a, I forget the name of it, but yeah, it's not called Evergrace. I don't know if they're gonna bring that series back. It's one of those things that it's kind of one of the beginning, you know, the early versions of Dark Souls, pretty much, Demon Souls and Dark Souls, because that's pretty much what they're like. It kind of had, instead of a stamina bar, it had a power bar, which was basically the same thing. And it's a lot more lighthearted. It's not a real serious, it's not super dark and serious like the Souls games. I had fun. I played, I got to go back and play it again. I never finished it, and I was always mad at myself that I never finished playing it because I got somewhat far into it. I think. I mean, I played for a while, did a lot in it, but I don't remember. I remember I got into this temple, and then I was gonna play again, and I never did. She's over here whistling. Is everybody dead? Is that why I'm just worried? I don't really have the sound on because it plays loud in here, and I don't want it in my ear either. Yeah, they're saying that you know, that teaser you told me about. People are saying that might be a new Tenchu game. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know. I'm not real big on stealthy games. Like, I like games with stealth like this one, but I can also not do it. I also don't have to follow the stealth. Of course, then you look at games like Assassin's Creed, which I love. I love the Assassin's Creeds, but not everything in those games is stealth. A lot of it is just not. So there is that. I'm just not one of the biggest fans of stealth. But yeah, I like Metal Gear Solid, but I have to be in the mood to play that type of game. But the stealth in there isn't, because I don't know, you know what it is that a lot of these stealth games are so frustrating. You just want to pull your hair out. And Metal Gear Solid, I never get that feeling. Even though the 5th game didn't really feel like a Metal Gear Solid game to me. Something about it just wasn't right. I don't know. They never seem to care what I think, I've noticed. They should, but they don't. They should be like, thank you, Jason, for all your opinions. Do you feel like it doesn't feel like a Metal Gear game?
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, Quiet was alright. She was kind of a pain.
I mean, it'll be a tight fit, but
she was more just for looks, so guys can say, "Ooh, look at her boobs." I mean, she doesn't talk, so it's like she doesn't really have much of a personality. But you know, whatever. I'm looking forward to Death Stranding. Yeah, the mission system, I just felt myself doing. They tried to turn it into some sort of half-assed RPG, and it's like,
you find me something to climb
it's
on.
not supposed to be an RPG. It's supposed to be a, you know, it's supposed to be a an action, stealth and action. They wanted to turn it into a damn RPG, and it's like, we have plenty of RPGs. We don't need that to be one too.
I'm alright!
I don't hate the game. I don't know. The story just takes too long to unravel because you're busy trying to you know, get through the whole doing missions over and over again and trying to find all the little collectibles. And
Stay out there! I'll make my way up to you!
Don't do anything stupid!
I'll try.
yeah, I don't even remember a lot of it. I remember Quiet, and I remember Kiefer Sutherland as the voice of Snake. It's real weird. I'm so used to David Hayter. I don't know if I told you this. David Hayter wrote like X-Men 2 or something like that. He's quite the accomplished writer. Or X-Men 3. I can't remember which one he wrote. Or he may have wrote both of them. That's just weird because you know you're so used to him being the voice of Snake. Everything from 3 was really good. 3's my favorite. My problem right now is my PS3 controller doesn't work. And I usually hook up, and I have the PS3 Metal Gear collection. And I wanted to play 3 recently, but for some reason it doesn't work with my PS. Some PS3 games you can't play with your PS4 controller, like Walking Dead Season 2. I know you can't, or Walking Dead Season 1, you can't. But, and I need to get a new PS3 controller because mine's not working right. And so yeah, but Metal Gear is one of those games. Also, I have Silent Hill 2 and 3, and they don't work for the PS3 controller. They have like the slowdown. Yeah, that's the problem with the Vita, is you don't have enough buttons, just when you're trying to play. I was able to hook up Bloodborne and play it on my Vita with the TV option. But I had no L2R2, and I'm like, and I was just testing it out. I wasn't going to really seriously play it. But you could put like buttons on there, or you can use the back of the system with those buttons. And I'm just like, yeah, this just doesn't feel right. I don't like it. But so I didn't play. I was like, nah, that's all right. I'll just play, you know, on the TV anyway. I can't see those small screens anymore. I'm becoming so blind. But we're getting me new glasses in around March when my wife gets her tax return. They're going to cost me about $150. Medicare pays for everything else, but the glasses. But so my if I needed eye surgery, it would be covered. But which I almost did, because they found out I have cataracts in my eyes. You haven't played Salt and Sanctuary? What is wrong with you? I beat that game like 8 times. Oh man, how can a Dark Souls fan not play Salt and Sanctuary? And all 5 of the Souls games. I don't get it. I just don't get it. How do you not? How do you keep yourself from not playing that stuff? Like, I can't get enough of it. Yeah, Salt and Sanctuary is so good. It's so good. It's the only non-Souls game that feels like a Souls game. Nioh isn't a Souls game. I know people like to say that it's Japanese Souls, but it's really not. It's really, really not. It's a it's its own thing. Because once you get this one effect, you can sit there and just dodge and you get your stamina back. Or your ki, as they call it. It's not really stamina as much. But, yeah, it's definitely not what you think. And then Lords of the Fallen is like, it's just a bad, you know, attempt at a Souls-style game. It's not the worst game. I mean, it's just, you know, they could have done a lot better with it. It's going to be one of those games that doesn't hold up very well. Even though we all want it to.
Demon spores.
Spores, man. Ew, rats, yucky. But yeah, Salt and Sanctuary definitely feels like a Souls game. Like it's just dark and there's death everywhere. Oh man, so good. I liked Neo, it just, Neo was, it was so long. It was just a lot of the same stuff over and over again. And you're just like, alright, come on. And in Neo, there's a lot of you have to level up. I'm like level, what is it, 13 or something like that, or 113, and every like area you go into, it's got this thing where you have to be a certain level, or you have a lot of issues with it. So. Ooh. Wow, it's not even 6 yet. My wife gets off at 6, and then I just want dinner. I haven't eaten much today. We don't have a lot of money, so I've been having to eat real skimpy. I'd eat cereal for lunch, and it's not very filling. Even though my fat ass could use to eat a lot less. So, pills. I should have enough pills to get something. Let me see. Yeah, let's get rid of some weapon sway. Oh, don't need weapon sway. So did you get a tree yet? We got our tree. It's all lit up right next to me here. The house smells like pine. No fake tree in my house. Not allowed. Unless it's, you know, like a secondary tree. Oh, your uncle put up a fake tree, man. That's a bummer. Of course, some people don't care. I get it. I am not one of those people. I have to have a real one. Or I'm not put into the Christmas spirit if I don't have a real tree. I become Scrooge, like, real quick. I'm like, humbug. I'll need a real tree. Humbug. Dying on the toilet. That's no bueno. Alrighty. These dark parts are terrible because you just can't see anything. It's scarier when you're it's when you have the headphones on, you're by yourself. My wife loves eggnog. I made her some fresh eggnog when she went on during Thanksgiving when she was out of town. And yeah, I can see that. Ah, I can't see. Die. Die, die, die. Yeah, I can see how having your own family, I have my own family, it's important to me. Yeah, you just need to have more confidence, man. That's all it is. That's all anything is in life, is the confidence to just say to hell with it and do what you want to do. You can't be afraid to be rejected, or, you know, that's the one thing I've found out in life. You just gotta say screw it if you are, be like, move on. Sometimes you look like a doofus, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they say yes. I mean, I'm a big fat guy, you know, with red hair and glasses, and I should be one of those guys that, you know, can't ever get a woman. And I actually have a pretty attractive wife with, and I have, you know, 2 kids and then she has a daughter. I mean, I've got the whole family here. And I'm as happy as can be with them. I'm not happy with my body because it's falling apart, but my family's awesome. But yeah, just talking to, you know, talking to girls isn't that hard. You gotta remember they're people too, and they have the same kind of hang-ups and things that we do as men. Once you realize that, you start looking at all these things that just seem so important, and they really aren't. Especially when you talk to like an older woman and you start, you know, and they'll tell you about how, you know, they have the same problems we do. Is that girl from, what was it, South Carolina or Kentucky or something? The Southern girl?
Damn it. Damn it.
That thing's horrible, isn't it? Those things are called bloaters. They're the biggest assholes in the game. go. I know, those bloaters are just, they're horrible, man. Trying to make sure he doesn't sneak up behind me. Because, yeah, he just kind of, like, rips your head off when he gets his hands on you. I usually can blow him up or something, but I don't know where he went. I don't think he's in here. I got my bombs. Where the hell is he? Alright, we'll find him. Or he'll find us. One or the other. See if we can hear him. Hello, Mr. Bloater, where are you? You big, ugly bastard. None here. Looky, looky. I got a cookie. I don't see a body anywhere. That's why I'm worried. He's around here somewhere. Oh, it kind of scared me. I was like, uh-oh. Oh, see him there. I wonder if he glitched out or something. That'd be weird. That'd be really unexpected. Ugh, but he'll be in your nightmares. You'll see him again. Dun-dun, dun-dun. I don't see him. He might have glitched out or he died and I just didn't find his body. Who the hell knows? Beep.
Made it.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave him here. I don't know if I got him or not. I got his little friends.
So much for that. I gotta find Ellie.
Let's see. All right. Let's can't make anything yet. That's all right. Yeah, bloaters are fun if you know how to fight them. When you first fight them, you hate them, but yeah, they're not that hard. You just have to you have to make sure to blow them up a lot. That's the trick with them. Use a lot of bombs on them. They are quite flammable. As they should be. Let's see. Aha! Parts. Parts for guns. Gun parts. Parts. gunny parts and stuff. Let's see. More pills, because I'm a pill popper. Alrighty.
All right.
Oh, finally. I can hold more than one gun. Let's see. Ooh.
This'll hold.
There we go. Now I can hold me 2 dang old guns, man. I can kill twice as many clickers and runners and bloaters. Tell you what. What? I just told you. Alright.
Down! Finish it! I got it!
Nicely done.
You bit?
Not today. You?
Not today.
All right,
Well, he got one.
spread out. Make sure we didn't miss any more of these fuckers.
Come on there, Tex. Let's go. This is how we get him. We sneak on up. Get him. And we break something he needs. Snap. And I love you. Alright, let's see. Yaw. Woo. Okay. More junk. Let's make more junk and stuff. It's quiet tonight. Usually there's someone else online. Of course, I started early today. Ah, rat balls. Right in the hip. Like that. Mess with the wrong guy. Mess with the wrong post-apocalyptic warrior. That's me. Energy bars, yep, they'll give you health back, I guess. They'll heal gunshot wounds. Because, you know, video game logic. Oh look, it's Comet Cleanser, except it says something else. Okay, I think that's it. Except for these guys. Oh shit. Got it. Die. Die. Alright, stay dead.
Son of a bitch!
Missed. I was trying to be all quiet like, but it didn't work. Ooh, he moved. Where to is the question. Same place. Oh, he's still hiding back there. Come on there, Billy Joe Jack.
Damn it, where'd that fucker go? Where the hell is this guy?
Ooh, in your neck. I don't know if that's everybody or not. See if I can get my arrow. Oh, I just got a text. I'm popular. Let's see. Yeah, that's it, I think. I think that last guy was the guy that came into the kitchen. Let's see. Rather have a brick. Alright. Stuff. Gotta pick up stuff. Oh, there's my arrow. Didn't lose it. Thank goodness. Everything's hard to come by in this game. Whew. Alright. Alright, here we go. It's going to be a tricky part. Well, not tricky, but hairy. It's going to be one of them hairy nightmare parts you like so much. No! There you go. Don't grab your neck, just keep hitting him. And down he goes.
I shot the hell out of that guy, huh?
Yeah, you sure did.
I feel sick.
And you just hang back like I told you to.
Well, you're glad I didn't, right?
I'm glad I didn't get my head blown off by a goddamn kid.
You know what? No. How about, hey, Ellie, I know it wasn't easy, but it was either him or me. Thanks for saving my ass. You got anything like that for me, Joel?
We gotta get going.
Lead the way.
I'd be like, thanks for not listening to me. I don't like getting shot. I don't like getting drowned, shot, or anything else. I keep doing that. I feel like a dumb shit. Okay, more stuff. That's right, I gotta go through this way to get up there. I believe there's another training manual to upgrade my stuff more. Yep, it's over here. Yeah.
Wait there, okay?
Sure, Joel. I'm not going anywhere.
She's pissed. Can't blame her. Save someone's life, you don't want them to get mad at you for it. Of course, Joel feels bad after a while, because, you know, was either him or her. Him or the other guy, I mean. No. Do I want... No, that's fresh, Wait, do I have one? Yeah, I got one. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, pretty sure there was a manual over here. Unless I already picked... Did I already pick it up? I can't remember. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think I already got it. Or wait, nope. Comic book. Okay, got the comic book. One of them comics you like, Ellie. Let's see, let's see, let's see. No, I must have grabbed it when I came over. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's one over here. I must have snatched it up. Getting old, I forget stuff. Eh? Okay. Let's go, frumpy kid.
We need to get back out, find that bridge.
Tell me where to go.
I hate this crap.
In there, in there. Alright. Ammo. God, I need to switch to my damn rifle. I can't hold enough ammo. I hate getting ammo in these games and then you can't use the gun. That's the worst thing. I mean, you can use the gun, but you can't get, like, more ammo, you know? And you're like, man, I just want to keep adding ammo, but you can only hold so much. Of course, I think it's ridiculous. Bullets take like no space, but I know why they do it, and they're trying to give you a challenge, but oh, there's the manual upgrade. Jeez, I knew it was up here. It was somewhere. I thought it was up over there where I just was, but I guess not. More stuff.
Wow.
Then they have a little
That's a
discussion.
backdrop. People would take their pictures in front of it.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay then. Something on your mind, Ellie?
I wasn't trying to disobey you back there. You were taking a really long time, and I thought maybe he's gotten into trouble.
It don't matter what you thought. I need you to listen to me.
I do. It's just that... Whatever, Joel.
They're hashing out their problems. Yeah, I still couldn't get mad at someone for saving my life, even if they weren't listening to me. I'd be like, how dare you not listen to me? Thanks for saving my life. Of course, I haven't gone through an apocalypse either. And lost my daughter to, you know, being shot on the first night of said apocalypse.
That door looks like a way out.
Hey, you see a way to get up there?
So,
Nope.
I'll be able to get up there with this.
I guess there's that.
Yeah, about a hand?
You sure you
It'd been
can trust
funny
me
if she
with
would have
that?
clapped,
Ellie.
but she's too pissed to clap.
Push!
Damn.
Push harder!
That's what she said.
There, how's that?
Let's go.
Wrong button. I've been playing Assassin's Creed 4, and you press R2 to run, and in this game you press L2 to run. I did the same thing last week when I was playing this. The guy had been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I kept clicking L3 to run. Let's wait till I start playing Dark Souls 2 next week. Ugh. Actually, that won't be too bad. I'm really familiar with the controls. Never forget. Watch, next week I'll forget. Someone will be like, you said you weren't going to forget, but I'll forget. And I'll tell them, oh well, getting older. I don't even know my name half the time. There's like nothing in here? Must be something here on easy mode. Yoink. Alright. Here we go.
Oh, shit. Come here. Keep your head down. Right now, I'm gonna jump down there and I'm gonna clear us a path.
What about me?
You stay here.
This is so stupid. We'd have more of a fucking chance if you let me help.
I am. You seem to know your way around a gun. You reckon you can handle that?
Well, I sort of shot a rifle before, but it was at rats
Rats.
with BBs.
Well, it's the same basic concept. Lift it up. All right, now. You're gonna lean right into that stock, as it is gonna kick a hell of a lot more than any baby rifle. Go ahead and pull the bolt back.
It's going to kick.
Grab it right there. Just tug it. Here you go. As soon as you fire, you're gonna want to get another round in there quick. Listen to me.
Gun looks
If I get into
to
trouble
hell.
down there, you make every shot count. Yeah.
I got this.
All right.
Oh, I can't wait for the sequel.
Just
to
so
this
we're
game.
clear about back there, it was either him or me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I should have known better.
All right, here we
You're
go.
gonna steal, and you better make sure you get away with it. Right? I would have been.
Ah, get back down.
They're all fucking dead!
What the hell's he yapping about? Take a breath. Who's dead?
The whole crew. The 76 lookout guy, some fucking tourist killed him. Kill all of them.
Shit. Did you talk to the boss?
Yeah, he wants everyone to hold their ground. Watch the gate.
All right, you heard him. Search the area. Do not let
Start some
anybody.
trouble. Ah! Die! Let's get him. Oh shit. Oh shit. Better heal. That's gonna leave a mark. Come on out. It'll be fun. Gotcha. Got him. Whoa. Oh, shit.
You dead, asshole!
Down he goes. Whoa. And down he goes.
Look, buddy.
Woo! Ah! Shit, that got me. I can't see half these guys. It's so dark and I'm blind as a bat. Alright. Let's see. Let's see. Alright.
Where the hell are you?
Nope, not yet. Right in the hip. There we go. No presents from you, I guess.
God damn it. Where are you?
Shit. Alright. Guys are fucked now.
Burn, asshole! I see you!
Fuck are they? Where'd you go? There you are. Sure your buddies don't run up behind me. Take that.
Surround him!
Right in your face. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, this game's cool. Yeah, this game's cool. Ah. Take that. And in the back of your head. Ooh, that'll leave a mark. And kill you. Some pineapples. Okay. Woo! We got more. Everybody be quiet, they're out there. Alright. More stuff. Alright. There's probably like one more out there. Just gotta find them, otherwise they would have said, alright, good job, Ellie. Let's see. The hell is he? There he is.
All right, come on
that's
down.
it. Whew. Kill them all, I say.
How'd I do?
How about something a little more your size? For emergencies only.
Okay.
Right on.
Now the safety zone, do you know how to switch it off?
I do.
I think I have most of the collectibles, but
You gotta respect it. This is not the... Okay.
Yep. Got that. I don't have any of the collectibles from over here. Anything back here? Oh, excuse me. Man, hate how I'm always just screwed up. My damn allergies are a mess. At least they calmed down after I took that allergy pill. These damn allergy pills make me sleepy. Sucks. It all just sucks. Sucks. I think that's everything. Except for the stuff on the end here. I know they want you to check all the seats because they'll put like... Sometimes they'll put stuff on them. I don't know. I'm not doing a full-on collectible run or anything. It's one of those games you gotta do, you gotta do a bunch of multiplayer to platinum it, which I hate multiplayer. Oh, I'll take that. That'll heal me up a bit. Alright. Keep it going. It's generic Burger King. Or Subway. Subway King. There we go. Alright. Classy. That's gotta smell bad. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Yes, I know, game. I'm looking for all the stuff you leave for me. Then you don't want me to go look for it. All right. Whew.
All right, do your thing, Ellie.
On it. Stupid chain is stuck. Hold on.
I am.
There.
It's good thinking.
Hate it.
Help me open this.
Here.
Move, child, move. All right. Let's see. There, I can make one. That'll work. Up and over. Let's see. Okay.
Let's do this.
Five.
That looks good.
Ooh.
Oh shit, get down, get down.
That'd be a horrible way to die. Just trying to find food.
Busy couple of days, huh? Whatever, man.
Because they can.
Damn, no food, old pair of shoes. We got nothing. Let's go.
Nothing we could have done.
There ain't nothing we could have done.
It's just...
Nothing.
Oh, man.
Let's just get to that bridge.
Alright. Nothing.
Well, at least they finally killed that couple.
Let's see. See, whenever I see something like this, where they have the bathroom blocked, you always wonder what's inside. Ah! Shit! Forgot about him. Where'd he go? There he is. Whew, forgot all about. But there's two guys in here. Jeez, I'm terrible. I can't remember anything, I'm telling you. I feel like a dipshit. shiv. I need some stuff to make fire bombs and Molotov cocktails and what's it called? Med kits. Let's see.
Got word from the East Side crew.
So I gotta go in there.
What about Marcus? Yeah, they're driving through that area now. Maybe they'll flush him out. Swear to God, these are they gotta show up somewhere. This will be your lucky day.
Alright. Alright, there's a tripwire there. We don't want to go in there.
Joel, there's a guy up on that second floor, right there.
Yeah, I see him. Stay low.
Where are these guys at? Well, I'm gonna log off for a while because dinner just showed up. I'm gonna go ahead and but I'll be back on in a bit, so I'm gonna go eat. Talk to you later. Bye.